Welcome to your standing yoga flow. My name is Adriana Lee with Solstice Yoga, and today's flow will be done completely standing. This flow is great for those days when you don't have a lot of space or you're not able to get up and down off of the floor for whatever reason. So for today's practice, the only prop that you might want is one yoga block, but you can absolutely do this flow without it. So whenever you've got your stuff together, put on some music to get you motivated, and we'll get started right away. We'll begin today's practice standing in Tadasana. You can either bring your big toes to touch and heels slightly apart, or if you have low back sensitivity, then separate your feet to hip width distance apart. Then place your hands together at your heart in Anjali Mudra and close your eyes. Take a moment to feel all the little micro adjustments that your body makes with your eyes closed to find its own plumb line, its own balancing point. Then feel for rooting down through your toes by spreading your toes into the earth. Lift up through the inner arches of your feet by scrunching the ball of your foot and heel closer together. Then squeeze in through your inner ankles and inner leg lines. Hug in through your core, lifting you just a little bit taller. Imagining your ribs like a telescope lift up one rib on top of the next. Then maintain that length through your spine, but soften your shoulder blades down away from your ears. Now feel where your ears are in space and stack them right over your shoulders. So that might mean you're drawing your chin back in space a bit. Now connect with your breath. Take a slow inhale and a slow exhale. And set an intention for your practice today. Maybe your intent is to let go or to move in a way that feels good, or just to take a break and reconnect with your body. Once you have that intention in mind, take a deep breath in, reach your arms out and up, open up your eyes. And exhale, find a mini back bend. So place your hands on either side of your sacrum. You can make fists, especially if your wrists are sensitive, or hands can face down. Inhale, lift your ribs up. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together and down, finding a lot of length in your lower back especially. Then rise back up, reach your arms up. Right hand will grab your left wrist, pull your upper body up and over to the right into a side bend. And then do the other side. Left hand grabs the right wrist, lift your ribs up, and pull your upper body over to the left. Inhale, reach both arms up, and then relax your arms down. So we're gonna do a little bit of relaxation for the hip flexors. You can bring your hands to your heart or to your hips, whatever feels better. But lift your right knee up to about the height of your hip. And then very slowly, as you exhale, lower your leg down, feeling for the hip flexor relaxing once your foot comes to the ground. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift your knee to the height of your hip. And exhale, slowly lower your leg down. Good. 1 more time, even slower if you can. Lift your knee to the height of your hip. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower for a count of 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right. Now lift your knee to the height of your hip and slide your right leg back into a bit of a lunge. Take a moment to find your balance, then tuck your pelvis under so that you start to feel a little stretch in the right hip flexor. Inhale here. And exhale, step your feet together. Other side. Lift your left knee up to the height of your hip. And slowly, slowly, slowly lower your leg back down. 2 more times. Lift just to the height of your hip. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly set your leg down, feeling for that moment where the hip flexor relaxes as your foot comes to the ground. 1 more time, lowering even more slowly this time. Inhale and exhale, lower for a count of 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Lift your knee back up to the height of your hip. And slide your left leg back into a lunge. It doesn't have to be your longest lunge ever, but just find a lunge. Then tuck your pelvis under, once again feeling for a mild stretch in the front of your left hip. Deep breath in. And slow breath out. And then step your feet back to the top of your mat. Step your right foot out and come out into a star pose. Open your arms out. Now from here, bring your heels in, toes out, and we'll take 3 goddess squats. Hands can come to heart. Squat down low, and then rise up and squeeze your glutes. Squat down low, lift up, squeeze your glutes. One more time. Good. Now bend into your right knee and open your arms out into a T for warrior 2 kite hawk. Inhale, externally rotate your shoulders so your palms face up and your chin lifts a little. Then exhale, internally rotate, shoulders come forward, palms face back. 2 more. Inhale, rotate your heart open, lift your chin. Exhale, rotate your shoulders forward, drop your chin. One more time. Keep that strong bend in your right knee. Reverse warrior. Rise back up, reach your left arm as far back in space as you can, then set your hand down on your thigh and sweep your right arm overhead. Bend a little bit more deeply into your front knee. Your eye gaze can go wherever is comfortable for your neck today. You might even place your left hand on your hip to encourage the hip down so that you have more space in your lower back, especially if your low back is sensitive. Now rise back up out of that and straighten both legs back into star pose. And bend your knees, goddess squats for 3. Lower down and squeeze. 2, squeeze and engage your core as you lift. Last 1. Then bend your left knee, warrior 2 kite hawk. Open your arms out. Inhale, externally rotate, lift your palms. Exhale, internally rotate, let your chin drop. 2 more. Inhale, rotate your heart open, palms up. Exhale, rotate your shoulders forward. 1 more. Now lift your chest back up. Reach your right arm back as far as you can. Place your hand on your thigh and sweep your left arm overhead. Deep inhale. Exhale, reach. Maybe right hand on hip to encourage the hip down to make more space in the lower back if you'd like. And then rise up out of that and step to the back of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. This time on your exhale, come into a mini back bend. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and down and bend your elbows into cactus arms. Then inhale, arms back up. Grab onto, or interlace your fingers rather, finding Kali Mudra. Reach up, and as you exhale, find a little side bend over to the right by pressing your left hip out. Inhale, and as you exhale, lean another inch to the right. And inhale, rise back up and switch sides. Exhale, side bend over to the left, pressing your right hip out to the right. Inhale, lift up out of your ribs. Exhale, lean 1 more centimeter to the left. And then rise back up out of that and step back out into star pose, arms wide. Then bend your knees into goddess for heel raises. Hands can be on hips or at heart. Either way, we'll lift up the right heel, lower, left heel, lower, right heel, and left heel. Now, option to continue staying one at a time, or now we'll lift both heels, lower, both heels, lower. Last 2, and last 1. Awesome. Bend your right knee, finding warrior 2. Open your arms out like wings. Inhale, then exhale, weave your right elbow underneath your left for eagle arms. You can either grab onto your shoulders, take the backs of your hands together, or cross at your wrists. Inhale, lift your elbows forward and up. Exhale, squeeze your top arm down against the bottom arm and bottom arm up against the top arm. Find some resistance. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, relax your forehead into your arms. Take 1 more deep breath into upper back. Exhale, find that 1 last squeeze, adding a little more resistance. And then release your arms down, reverse warrior. Reach your left arm back. Set your hand wherever it feels natural. Then reach right arm overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach. Inhale into your hips. Exhale, lean another centimeter back, maybe. 1 more deep breath here. Then rise back up out of that, extended side angle. Set your right forearm down on your right thigh and sweep your left arm forward and overhead, creating 1 long line from fingertips to the outer edge of your left foot. Inhale, press into the right palm and lift your ribs up. Exhale, slide the left shoulder blade away from your ear, plug it down. Inhale into your left side body. Exhale, engage your core, draw your belly in. And then rise all the way back up. Star pose, open the arms and legs wide. Then bend your knees back into goddess. Heel raises. Lift your right heel, lower, left heel, lower. Right heel and left heel. Either repeat that 2 more times or lift both heels, lower, both heels, lower. Last 2 and last 1. Good. Back into warrior 2. Bend your front knee, left knee rather, straighten out your right. Inhale, open your arms wide, then hook your left elbow underneath the right. Find your version of eagle on this side. Inhale, lift your elbows forward and up. And exhale, soften your forehead into your arms. Take a deep breath into your upper back. Exhale, squeeze your elbows into each other. Squeeze the top arm down, bottom arm up. Inhale into upper back. Exhale, squeeze and find that resistance. Then release that. Reach your right arm as far back as you can. Reverse warrior. Sweep your left arm overhead. Deep breath into your upper back. Exhale, wrap your left shoulder. Slide the shoulder blade down away from your ear. Inhale into your left side body. Exhale, lift your left hip bone up and back, creating even more space through the left side. Final breath here. And rise up, extended side angle. Left forearm to left thigh, sweep your right arm forward and overhead. Inhale into your right side body. Exhale, plug your right arm bone back into the shoulder socket and slide your shoulder blade not only down away from your ear, but also forward towards your chest, wrapping your shoulder. Inhale into your right side. Exhale, press into the left forearm to lift your ribs another inch. Last breath here. And release that. Come back up to standing and hop your back foot to the top of the mat. Back into Tadasana. Inhale, reach your arms up. Find Kali Mudra, this time for a Kali Mudra back bend, unless you'd prefer to keep hands at sacrum. Inhale, lift your ribs up. Exhale, press your hips forward as you draw your arm bones back. Inhale, lift your heart 1 more inch. Exhale, squeeze your glutes to come a little bit further into that back bend. Then rise up out of the back bend. Inhale, lift your ribs. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, rise up to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, rise up to center, hands to heart. And exhale, big step back with your right foot. Open your arms out into star pose. Then bend your knees, heels in, toes out for goddess twist. Hands on your thighs. Drop your left shoulder down, look over the right shoulder. Deep breath here. Exhale, maybe sink a little lower. Then rise up halfway out of that. Inhale. Exhale, drop your right shoulder down, look over your left shoulder. Deep breath in. Exhale, use your hands to press your thighs back, maybe sit 1 inch lower. Then inhale, rise back out of that and bend your right knee. Warrior 2 with Gomukhasana arms. Reach your right arm up, pat yourself on the back. Option 1 would be to use your left hand to guide the elbow back, opening up the tricep and chest. Another option, if you'd like to go a little bit further, is to internally rotate your left shoulder. Reach your left arm behind your back and grab onto pieces of your clothing or possibly your fingertips. So you're reaching your hands toward each other. Inhale, lift up your ribs. Exhale, squeeze your front ribs in so your core engages. Inhale into your heart space. Exhale, reach your elbows in opposite directions. Right elbow up, left elbow down. 1 more breath. Reverse warrior. Reach your left arm back, and when you can't reach any further, set your hand down and sweep your right arm overhead. Inhale, bend into your front knee. Exhale, lift your right hip bone up and back. Inhale into your right side body. Exhale, contract your left side obliques, your left side body to get a little more space on the right side. Feel for lengthening all the little spaces between your ribs on the right side. Inhale, rise back up. Place your right forearm on your right thigh and sweep left arm overhead. Extended side angle. Inhale into your ribs. Exhale, press into your right forearm to lift your body up a little higher. Inhale into your core. Exhale, pull your belly in for support and bend your front knee a little more. One more breath. And rise back up out of that. Straighten out your right leg for triangle pose. I like to walk the back foot in a little bit. Shift your hips towards the back of your mat, or the left side. Reach your right arm as far as you can. If you have a block, you can place your hand on a block. Otherwise, set your hand onto your shin, or you can even bring your hand to your thigh to help you create more space in the right side body. If it doesn't bother your shoulder, reach your left arm straight up. Inhale, elongate your ribs away from your hips. Exhale, squeeze your inner leg lines. Drag your heels toward each other energetically. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together to open your heart a little more. Then on your next inhale, press into both feet, rise back up, open into star pose. And then this time on your exhale, we'll come down into a forward fold. So rotate all 10 toes to face the side of the mat and lower your hands down. Option 2, set your hand on a block. We'll place the right hand down, either on a block or just directly on the mat in between your feet. Hook your left thumb into your hip, then rotate your chest to the left and reach your left arm up. Unless that bothers your shoulder, then keep your hand on your hip. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist a little more. Then set your left hand down where your right hand was. Right hand onto right hip. Rotate your chest to the right. Option to stay or extend your right arm up if that feels available today. Inhale, lengthen your ribs. Exhale, deepen your twist. Then lower both hands back down. Bend your knees a little, rise up, and come back into goddess. Heels in, toes out. Hands on thighs, drop your right shoulder down, look over your left shoulder. Inhale, rise back up, and switch. Exhale, left shoulder down, look over the right. Inhale, rise back up, warrior 2 to the left. Bend your left knee, ground your right heel down. Then reach your left arm up, pat yourself on the back, and either use your right hand to guide the elbow back, or if you need more, internally rotate your right shoulder and reach your hands toward each other. They don't actually have to touch. Inhale, lift your ribs up. Exhale, reach your elbows in opposite directions, opening your chest a little more. Inhale into your front body. Exhale, squeeze your front ribs together and down slightly, engaging your core. One more breath here. Reverse warrior. Release your arms. Reach your right arm back as far as you can and set your hand down wherever it lands. Then sweep the left arm overhead. Inhale into your hips. Exhale, strongly bend your front knee. Inhale into your left side body. Exhale, contract your right side to open the left side a little bit more. Feel for elongating the entire left side of your body. Rise all the way back up, extended side angle. Left forearm on left thigh, sweep your right arm forward and overhead. Inhale into your hips. Exhale, reach your right fingertips forward, but plug the shoulder, or the arm bone rather, down into the shoulder socket. Inhale into your right side body. Exhale, rotate your heart open towards the ceiling. Feel for staying strong through your legs and your core, even though you have the support of your left forearm. Now rise back up, straighten out your right leg, and maybe heel toe your back foot in a few steps. Shift your hips towards the right side of your mat. Reach your left arm forward and set your hand down wherever it lands. Then option to reach the right arm up unless that bothers your shoulder. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale into your hips. Exhale, engage your heels, squeeze them toward each other to get the inner leg lines engaged. Feel for staying so solid through your legs that your arm isn't really the thing that's holding you up. It's your legs and core. Now rise back up out of that and then step your feet together. Place your hands back at heart center and close your eyes. Let your shoulders relax and bring your awareness to the beat of your heart. Breathe into your chest. Exhale and sigh it out. Thanks again for joining me today. My name again is Adriana Lee with Solstice Yoga. The light within me honors, respects, and loves the light within you. Namaste.